Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching another video here on Knife Reviews 365. Today we're going to have a closer look at the differences between a cheaper bushcrafting knife and a more expensive one. And as always, guys, if at the ending of this video you feel like either of these knives are for you and you want to make a purchase, make sure you check out the links in the description below. Let's check out this video. Alright guys, let's have a closer look at this Mora knife I've had for a few years now. Now, if you notice on the sheath, right, there is a sheath, and on the handle right here, there's nothing on the blade, the handle, or the sheath that lets you know what model this is. And that's pretty typical for Mora knives. But this specific model came from a man-can from Iraq Veteran 8888. So you can't tell. So what I'll do is in the description, I'll leave a link for a few models that I think you guys are going to want to have a look at, but you can't tell. My theory is it's part of their Craftline series, anywhere between $10 and $20, and really, you don't need to spend more than that much to get a really good knife from Mora. Alright, let's get a close-up of the stainless steel blade in here. You see, made in Sweden. Now, it does come in a carbon steel as well, but when you're looking at the Craftline series, at least, the stainless is going to be a Scanvic 12C27. Takes a wicked edge. I just bumped myself ever so gently, and you can see that I just shaved a little bit of skin off of there. So it takes a wicked edge, really good corrosion resistance. Got a nice clip point design. Most of the Moras you're going to see are scanning grinds. So you can see the grind starting right here and then just dropping all the way to the bottom. Really good for woodworking. This is a rat tail tang, so it's not a full tang, right? The blade doesn't come all the way back here. It comes down to a point right about here, and it's set into this TPE thermoplastic elastomer handle that's very comfortable. Got a nice finger guard here. Now, it's going to be hard to sharpen all the way down to the finger guard because there's no choil in there. That's one of the disadvantages of having a blade that's set straight into the finger guard, but I can't think of that being much of a problem, especially for $10 to $20. So very comfortable in the hand. I just want to have a close-up of the spine here. So most Moras are going to be 3.6 inches that you're going to see on the website. The spine thickness is listed at 0.08 inches. There it is in comparisons to a US nickel. I think it's just about the same, if not a little bit thinner than that. But that's thick enough to do most camp duties when you're just kind of carving things around camp. So that's going to do you just fine. Having a look at the sheath. Plastic sheath, right? It's got a nice little drain hole there at the bottom in case you decide to drown yourself. There's a clip on here where you can add other Mora accessories so you can stack them up. But for $15 to $20, this is a hell of a value. Don't forget to check out the description. There's different models that you're going to want to see, especially the Spark that I think is going to compare very well against the Ursus 45. Let's have a look at that knife. Woo! Alright guys, in case you missed the unboxing of the Ursus 45, this is the box that it came in. And if you didn't know, Ursus in Latin is bear, and there the bear is on that wooden box. I'm going to open this thing up just to show you guys that there is a personalized card in here for the person that looked it over, the person's signature on there, along with the stats that we're going to go over in just a little bit. This is a family-owned business coming out of Michigan, and they try their hardest to keep everything within the United States, their production and the materials. They do have some exotic stuff that they go out of country for, but they tried their hardest to keep everything in country. Now, they have a lifetime warranty. If there's something that you're not satisfied with, they're going to try to repair it or exchange it. That's for a lifetime. This is truly a company that puts out premium American knives. If you go on their website, they got hunting knives, fishing knives, survival knives. They have special knives for firecrafting. And if you have something specific that you need, they have a really good custom store available to help you try to figure out how to get that knife you really need. Let's have a closer look at the Ursus 45. Alright, let's have a closer look at the Ursus 45, starting with this leather sheath. So I've seen them in black and brown leather sheaths. There is the White River Bear hanging on there. There's a close-up look at the lanyard hole here and the stitching that goes all the way down to the lanyard hole down at the bottom. You might want to lash that to your leg. Right around to this side, you can have a look at the belt loop right up here. Right around to the ferrule rod on this side that's being held in by an elastic band. I'd imagine I'd have to replace that sooner or later. But both the knife and the ferrule rod have a micarta canvas handle. And guys, it feels so good. Let me take out the knife so we can have a closer look at the blade itself. All right, guys, let's get a closer look at that bare and the 4.5-inch blade made of S35 VN super premium steel. Other companies like Spyderco, Zero Tolerance, and Kaiser use it because it brings the best of both worlds. You get the hardness and edge retention of carbon steel while maintaining that corrosion resistance that stainless steel has. Again, 4.5 inches here. The spine is listed at 0.15 inches thick, but to bring it around, there is a nickel which I think you could probably do almost 2.5, maybe even 3 nickels onto there. Goes way down to that point. This is a drop point blade design. And I would consider that a saber grind, kind of like a Scandi grind. Scandi grinds would start here, but with a saber it brings it up a little bit higher. But most Scandi grinds don't have a ridiculously sharp secondary bevel like that. You got a nice stone washed swedge up here. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but right about here, you can actually see it right about there. So it's rounded right about here, but then as you go further toward the tip, it's actually more sharp, so you can strike it with the ferro rod. So when you're controlling it here, it's rounded and it's sharper up here. I don't know if you guys can hear this here versus, and you can see how it's kind of picking up my skin there because it's sharper versus back here. So that's an interesting design choice they made there. I appreciate it. And it's a full tang design, right? It goes all the way around into the canvas micarta handle back here to the lanyard loop back here and just effortlessly blends into that handle. So you got a canvas micarta handle that's going to work really well when it's wet. It's going to maintain its grip in there. Nice palm swell, nice finger guard in here. And unlike the Mora, there's a choil in here right next to the finger guard. So you're going to be able to sharpen that all the way down to the ending. This does come in 3 different colors for the canvas micarta. You got the olive drab, there's a black, and there's a natural color. There's also a rich light version, which is black and greenish. That thing is sick looking. The difference is the resin in the rich light has paper mixed into it. And again, it works really well when it gets wet. Have a look at the fasteners because they are absolutely flush to the grip. You can't even tell it's there. They're Loctited in there with lock washers on the bottom. And I think overall it adds to how interesting this knife looks. Alright, I got both of these knives back to back so you can see what your return on investment is going to be. So again, the Mora is going to run anywhere from $10 to $20, and you got the Ursus 45 for just about $225. But look at the massive difference. Let's pick it up here. Let's have a look at the difference in the thickness of spines. Holy cow, check that out. I'm going to turn it sideways. You definitely get more meat on this side than you do on that side. Again, this has the better steel. You got the S35V in here versus kind of standard stainless here. And again, look at the grips. You got this canvas micarta, nice palm swell right down on this area versus just a flat TPE grip in here. And here's that choil I was mentioning, right? You can sharpen that blade all the way down there versus having the steel just stuck right into that TPE handle. And again, look at the difference in the size of these blades. That's why this is $225 and this is $10 to $20. But again, guys, this is one hell of a deal for getting into bushcrafting. Now, which one am I going to choose? I'm going to go with this guy. So you're going to see a lot of more videos of me practicing bushcrafting skills using the Ursus 45. But which do you get? I think if you can afford this one, you can definitely afford to put that in your bag as a backup. But if you can only afford one, there's nothing wrong with getting one of these Moras, especially one of the ones I have linked in the description below. Well, alright guys, there you go. The differences between the cheaper bushcrafting knife and the more expensive one. Remember, if you want to purchase either of these knives, make sure you check out the links in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.